Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. A Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you've all had a terrific New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And back into 2026 now. And looking forward to lots of exciting things in the YouTube community once again this year. So today's video, I've just pulled out a bunch of random items from my collection, some stuff that you don't normally see all that often. I'm just going to show some various items here. There's some pre-war, some post-war, some oversized, a little bit of everything. So the first one I've got here is a W572. This is Rogers Hornsby. This is one of the more popular strip card sets. They use an actual player photograph as opposed to some of the others where it's more like an artist drawing, and a lot of times does not, excuse me, does not even resemble the ball player. So this is 1922 W572 Rogers Hornsby with his bat in hand. It's got a facsimile Hornsby signature at the bottom, and then it's got the St. Louis NL for the Cardinals underneath that. It's a little small. This one has some back damage, which enabled me to pick it up at a little better price. The backs on these are blank. This one was not cut out perfectly straight, so I think the top border is a little too narrow for it to get a numerical grade if I had this graded. Now, if I don't sell it before I get a chance, I was planning to submit it probably to CGC these days. Everything I'm going to show today is available for sale. I'll have all this stuff at Strongsville this year in April if it does not sell prior to that. If anybody's interested in anything I'm going to show today, please feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to discuss with you. This one is pretty unique. It looks like a 1888 and 28 Allen and Ginter John Ward, who's a Hall of Famer. But this one is actually not from the N28 Allen and Ginter card set. It's got John Ward on the bottom here. Not sure if you're able to read the name. But it does not have any of the Allen and Ginter advertising underneath as the normal card would have. So this one is actually not from that set. Like I said, it's actually cut out from an Allen and Ginter 1888 advertising piece, which the tobacco stores had at the counter where they sold the tobacco products where these cards were housed. So this came from an advertising poster. I believe there was 4 different player cards pictured on the poster. So this was basically cut out from that poster. I do not have any of the others. These are collectible in their own regard. I've seen a few here and there from time to time come up for sale. They are not, and like I said, not real Allen and Ginter cards, but they are real 1888 vintage Hall of Fame quote-unquote card of John Monty Ward, who was a great Hall of Fame pitcher as well as shortstop, primarily for the New York Giants during the 1870s and 1880s. So a really cool item there. Again, the back has the advertising from the Allen and Ginter cigarette brand. So we go from 1888 to 1986. That's about a 100-year span. This one is a Pro Cards minor league issue from the Lakeland Tigers. This is John Smoltz, who was the Hall of Fame pitcher, most famously for the Atlanta Braves. Smoltz is pictured here in single A ball. I believe this is his earliest minor league and earliest professional baseball card appearance. This would have been 2 years before he came up to the majors with the Braves. He does have another Class A card from Glen Falls or Glens Falls. I believe that one was 1987. So this one would be 1 year earlier than that one. So these are not easy to find. So 1986 Lakeland Pro Cards, minor league John Smoltz. Next up, we've got a 1964 Topps Giants. This one probably looks familiar to many. This is Willie Mays in batting stance, San Francisco at this point in his career. The Topps Giants are not that hard to find, although the Mays can be hard to find. The Mays, as well as the Sandy Koufax, are really the two key cards from this set. Both of them were short prints. There was about 8 or 10 different players that were short printed in the set based on their position on the uncut sheets when they were printed. So Mays is the biggest short print, followed by Koufax, and then the other short prints were primarily more common players. So Topps Giants, 1964 Willie Mays short print. Next up, we're going to have a look at a few autograph cards. This one is a 1966 Los Angeles Dodgers. This was a team issue postcard. So this is a very young Sutton. It's actually the same year as his Topps 66 Future Stars rookie prospect card. So this one has Sutton in his windup. It's got the facsimile autograph at the bottom. And at the top in this cloud sky area is his actual real authentic autograph. I'm not sure if it's very light. The autograph is light on the card. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. But it's an autographed 66 Don Sutton rookie year postcard. Next up, we have a J.D. McCarthy postcard. J.D. McCarthy was a photographer who did Major League Baseball photographs for the 1950s through all the way through the 70s, and I believe into the 80s even as well. This one's going to picture Stan Musial. This one was done right around 1960, so it was toward the end of Musial's career. A really nice image of him kneeling with his bat and the stadium background. This one's signed very nicely by Musial in Sharpie across the center of the card there. And the autographs were all authenticated. I believe they were all JSA. This one's a JSA. So Stan Musial, 1960 J.D. McCarthy postcard. Next up, we've got another postcard. This one is a 1939 to 46 salutation exhibit. This one's picturing Bob Feller, Cleveland Indians fireballer. Well known to be a terrific autograph signer, and signed this one right along the margin on the right side of the card there. So Feller's in his pitching motion. And the salutation exhibits are different than the non-salutation by the greeting here on the bottom. This one says yours truly. Sometimes they'll say sincerely yours, or some yours truly, something similar to that. So these were put out, like I said, 1939 to 46 over that 8-year period. Starting in 47, they continued making these exhibit cards without the greeting on it. So they were just called 1947 to 66 exhibits without the salutation moniker. Next up, we have a Type 1 original photograph, and this is Jimmy Fox in a swinging stance. This was produced right over the early 1930s, right around 1930. The back of it actually says 1930. But it's handwritten, so that may or may not be the exact date the picture was taken. If this image looks familiar, this is the exact photo used to make his 1933 Warch cigar card. picturing Fox with a basically a blank, solid blank background behind him. The back of the card, like I said, has handwritten 1930 on it, as well as Fox's name. This one was cut out from the original photograph, so it's a die cut, which was common if the newspaper or the publication company was going to use the photograph to appear, let's say, in a newspaper column, and they had to get it to fit in a certain amount of space on the page. A lot of times they would cut out the player photo just down to the actual image itself, get rid of all the background, and then they would go ahead and produce it on the news page. So Jimmy Fox, 1933 Wart cigar, the original photo, type 1. Next up, we have a Rick Ferrell. Rick Ferrell was one of the lesser known Hall of Famers. He was a catcher primarily for the Boston ball club during the 1930s and into the first half of the 40s. This one's autographed by Ferrell. It's got the facsimile autograph on the top, and then Ferrell signed it in Sharpie underneath. And a nice catching pose image with his catcher's mitt there and a horizontal image. This is one of the 1936. It's I don't remember if this is a Gaudi or a National Chickle, possibly. But Rick Ferrell, 1936 autograph, and this one also was authenticated by JSA. Next item we're going to look at is an interesting one. This is a 1952 Red Man tobacco. Those would be in full color tobacco cards. They were produced with tabs at the bottom, and they were coupons. A lot of times these tabs will be missing if you find it today at a card show or on eBay or an auction or whatever. This one still has the tab, which makes it more desirable. And it's got a short player bio. It's got the name and their information in the upper corner. This one is more important than most because 1952 Redman matches the Mini Minoso rookie card year. So Minoso's true rookie cards are the 52 Tops and the 52 Bowman. So this is another option for Minoso collectors looking for a little more of a challenge on the rookie card side. 1952 Red Man Tobacco, and especially one with the tab still attached. This is the back, what those look like. Next up, we've got this one's an oversize. This is a 1954 All-Star photo pack. This is Roy Campanella in a beautiful catching pose there during his Brooklyn Dodger years. These are about 6x8 or so, 6x9 maybe. They came issued at the All-Star game from 1954. They came in a photo pack type of thing. I believe there's somewhere around 18 or to 20 different players in there. They had the American League players and National League players included altogether. And a sort of mid-career Roy Campanella 54 All-Star photo pack. The back on these is blank. And the last one we're going to look at today is another Type 1 original photo. This one is also a die cut, similar to the Jimmy Fox. Like I said, the publications would use these die cut images to save space in the periodical where the picture was going to appear, newspaper, magazine, whatever. So this one's actually a crystal clear image of Stan. It's probably, again, right around 1960 or so, later in his career. This one is back on the blank on the back, other than a little black marks, scattered black marks on there. But a nice die cut, 1960 or so, Stan Musial Type 1 photo. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Just wanted to show some random stuff for the new year. Tomorrow we'll be back to I think we're up next would be the Negro League and Winter League baseball card video. So I'm going to show cards of ball players. I think I got to double check where we're at. I think we're at the D's. We're still on the D's last name. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.